thousands of years, we have been at war. But before, we were enemies. We were like brothers. I appreciate you having my back. No matter what.
At the dawn of time, there was our gracious and powerful creator, Primus. He sacrificed his life force, transforming himself into our planet, Cybertron.
So this movie takes place before anything we've ever seen in Transformers, and get to see what life was like on Cybertron before it died and it fell apart, and before the war on Cybertron. And from day one, this story was always going to be kind of a tragedy with these characters, Orion Pax, who eventually will become Optimus Prime, and D16, who eventually will become Megatron.
We've been talking about the origin story probably since after the first movie because it is such a dynamic story, and it is so rare to find a story that is only about character.
We had created a room of writers to decide what to do with the live-action franchise going forward, and we had always talked about Optimus and Megatron as friends in the beginning, as brothers, but we knew we could never make that movie in live action.
It's Orion.
Seriously, again?
This movie is not makeable as a live-action film. It would be 500 million, who knows? It would be so much money that nobody would make it. So you had no choice but to do it as animation. But the great thing about doing it as animation is it gave us a lot of opportunity to do things that only animation could do.
If we survive this, I'm gonna kill you!
I accept those terms.
Obviously, this is the first animated movie since the original Transformers the movie in 1986. This movie is something that we feel fans have been looking for, and something we feel showcased the real personality of our Transformer characters in a way that the live-action movies never could.
A cave with teeth. Nothing scary about that. Knives coming out of the ceiling. Amazing.
I'm fascinated with Origins just to see the absolute beginning of Optimus and Megatron, like the fact that they were actually brothers, like really close, best friends, and what unfolded and how they became who they are.
Listen.
There's something very epic about the Transformers and about the universe that they live in. It's elemental. It's like it is good versus evil.
Why did you do that? Why?
It's kind of Shakespearean in a way. You see this struggle, this sort of interplay of friendship and the rise and fall of that friendship.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, but be careful.
I got it.
Our proof is inside, and you're spilling it everywhere. I got it.
Having a buddy story, a kind of rags to riches prophecy buddy story in the world of Cybertron was very cool. Taking two characters who are best friends and leading them down this path where by the end they're going to be iconic mortal enemies. I was like, oh, that's a really fun journey to go on.
Every decision that I made making this film, I would always come back to the relationship between Orion Pax and D16 and how they became enemies, starting as close friends, and think about their relationship and how every design, every element is really supporting that story.
It's time to show them we are more than meets the eye.
That's great.
The last one?
Yeah.
The first time I met Josh Cooley, there was a great sense of trust I had within his vision. He had such passion and enthusiasm for the world, a huge amount of knowledge and understanding, and there was going to be epic visuals, and the animation was going to be fantastic.
That's intense.
But at the heart of it, he wanted to get down to what the point of the story was that we were telling, which was about these two individuals, the journey of self-discovery, but about a friendship that unfortunately ends up in a space where the two of them become enemies. But Josh's passion and detail and nuance was incredible, and it was a lot of fun to work with him.
Okay, listen, D16, I may be a little dusty, but Kuroda, that is too far.
That's great. Awesome.
Josh's excitement is really contagious. And I love that when we want to go back to these stories that we grew up with, you want somebody who truly cares about it, somebody who you felt like sat right on the sofa with you Saturday morning eating a bowl of cereal. And that's who Josh is.
First time giving a pep talk.
You're inspiring. You can envision a better future that no one else can see. I am an enormous fan of Josh Cooley, our director. I absolutely love his brain. I love his work so much.
Josh Cooley, as a director and as a human being, is
second to none.
I thought Josh's work on Toy Story 4 was really outstanding. You could tell that he was a real filmmaker.
You know, Josh is obviously incredible with story. He's incredible with character. He's incredible with his actors. And he's great at getting the best out of people.
Josh had a great way of getting the best out of all of us, where he let us be artists, he let us be filmmakers and storytellers. Josh is like, how do we make this the best possible movie ever?
He's an animation wizard, first of all, and he's got so much childlike kind of enthusiasm for it. And he wants this to feel like we're out here playing with our toys and we're having a great time, but also is dialed into these characters and their journey and wanting to make sure it feels real and that it hits with the impact of something that's real drama.
Josh has been in this business a really long time.
You know, Josh's career was primarily at Pixar. He started as a story artist and worked his way up to obviously directing and won the Academy Award for Toy Story 4. He cares about everybody. He gives everybody the time they need. And as a director, he's unbelievably impressive in all aspects.
Not only just as a director, he's also an artist, which is incredibly important to have somebody who can really draw storyboards and stuff like that as a part of an animated movie. And he's a writer. So that trifecta of talent, to work with that has been incredible because you don't always get that in a director. And when you do, it's like you hit the jackpot.
We don't even have to win. No, that's good because we wouldn't.
Motion capture is usually used towards the end of production. But we decided, like, what would happen if we used it at the beginning? Almost like using it like storyboards. So we would create really rough storyboards and then go onto the motion capture stage at ILM.
We had actual actors, like motion capture artists, in suits. And so we were able to kind of block out these scenes.
It was great because I got to direct the movie almost like a play before we animated it.
And that way, the blocking became a lot more organic because you had like real people interacting with each other.
Great. Cut. It was a new way of thinking of motion capture as a previs/storyboard technique.
The animation style is absolutely insane.
It's beautiful. The texture of the images is so complex. It doesn't look animated. I mean, it does and it doesn't at the same time. They really created something that feels completely unique to this Transformers.
I mean, it's incredible. Like, if I were a kid watching this, I don't know, I'd literally be drooling and like losing my mind because it's just so detailed and so real.
The visuals were stunning, the colors, the tones, the detail just felt fresh and unique and exciting.
It doesn't feel like something we've seen before, and that's really hard to do.
You know, we always talked about this as not being animation and not being photo real. It's somewhere in between. It's almost immersive.
It was the intention to make this film feel as if it is real without looking like it is real. It's a whole different look that you've never seen before.
You started out Spider-Verse on sort of the more cartoony side, and we wanted to take it in the opposite direction where it's almost a hyper photoreal, but we didn't want to go photoreal.
We always wanted to feel like there was a handmade quality to it, almost like concept art come to life, but it still has the physics of a real world, the lighting, the weight, to make it feel really believable and like there's real heft to these characters.
Throughout the movie, you feel like you can almost reach out and touch every one of our characters because they feel hard and metal, metallic, and it really creates a vision that people are gonna be really surprised by.
Follow me as we march on Iacon and I take down Sentinel once and for all!
This movie brings it all. It's got scale and scope and comedy and action and drama. And this film builds from minute one all the way to the end. I've sat and had the pleasure of watching audiences see this movie in early forms, and pretty much the last 15 minutes of the movie, they don't move. They are transfixed because the pacing and the action and the drama is amazing, and that really goes down to Josh's leadership in knowing how to tell a story.
You have betrayed Cybertron and its citizens, and you betrayed me.
My hope from day one was that this is a Transformers film that has the spirit and the feeling of what you had watching the original cartoon as a kid. So really hitting the nostalgia of it, but in a new way that you've never seen before.
I may be a prime now, but I'm gonna need you by my side.
Are you serious? This is the greatest day of my life! I get to work for the government.